Khan, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all Joachim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Korah Abad. And as always, we got the beloved Elder Tazapah and the Wadi Hal Bashim Al Shah for another chance to come bring forth this information, which we're in a time to where people looking for things that's happening in the world, and that's why, people's interest in religion in a whole, but especially Christianity, because it's not telling them what's going on in their time. Right? What this war about? What this digital system about? So on and so forth. The economy crashing. But that's why the Lord have the prophets out here in these last days to bring these things forth, to make the Bible link up with these the things you may see in your modern age news. But with that, Elder Tazapah, if you have anything, the floor is yours, so we can hop into it.
All right, yeah, quick. Kick it off with the testimony of Yahweh Shah. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So yeah, you want to go into that?
Khan, that's it. That's a testimony of Yahweh Shai, even who the world ignorantly called, Jesus. But
right,
even
which is what? Prophecy, right?
The spirit of
Yep.
prophecy.
Spirit
even when he came on the scene, what was the main thing he was constantly talking about? Prophecy, fulfilling prophecy. He told Peter multiple times, look, it's the will of the Lord. We have to fulfill prophecy. When he got grabbed up, he said, you don't think I could call a legion, 12 legions down, I believe he said, but the word have to be fulfilled. Prophecy, man. What have to happen in the earth? And we have two major prophecies left. Of course, there's, things that's going to happen within those two major prophecies taking place, which is Jacob's trouble in a whole, right? Jacob's trouble, which you had the concentration camps, right? That's going into the 6 troubles in the book of Job. You can have a famine. You have, newly created creatures. You have a civil war. All those things right there.
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble.
You got Cash still coming up trying to put Jake to sleep on Jacob's trouble, but that's coming. Yeah. Which is what, pretty much I just read about. War, evil, and of pestilence. We're seeing all of that playing out right now. You think it ain't gonna touch you?
Right.
At some point? Yeah, it's coming here. But go ahead.
Gone. That's it. So we'll hop into it, and I'm trying to put the articles and everything in the description box. So like I'm a little late on that. But with that, we'll hop straight into it, and we got a couple of really mainly videos, and like an article here and now. But first, let's start off with a little honorable mention. And Shalom to Akim Akwat, who may be tuned in, Zaquayim, who may be tuning in, Yahweh Shemal Shabrak but just start before we get into the World War III news, which is the main topic, have a little honorable mention, which just from dailymail.com, and this was put out yesterday, March 26, 2025. Now, as man Elder Tazapah was talking before the lesson, I remember a couple Thursday Live shows ago that he made this point. Because remember last year in 2024 during hurricane season, it was saying it was going to be one of the worst that happened. And you look what happened with North Carolina, so on and so forth. Tampa. But one thing Elder Tazapah said, he was like, man, if that one was bad, I wonder what this one going to be like. Well, lo and behold, this article just popped up saying we coming in those, the meteorologists, the people looking out the forecast to see what's going to come. So it says 6 storms, and it's that number 6 too. 6 storms could smash the U.S. as forecasters warn of active hurricane season. And why a lot of things is pinpoint the U.S. right now, because American citizens are used to seeing the third world countries go through affliction. Go through these catastrophic events. But now a lot of these events are happening in America, or it will happen in America, as we're seeing right here. Why? The Lord said he will bring plagues on this new Egypt as he did the old Egypt. We're about to see many things play out in America, whether it's weather, whether it's sickness, whether it's the food. Elder Yashawama just did a video how the food defiled, the bread
Mm-hmm.
defiled, man. But I'm gonna read a little bit of it. It says meteorologists are predicting another active Atlantic hurricane season that could bring even more destruction than the storms of 2024. Hey, Elder Taza Pa, what that sound like? A woman in travail. As it get closer
Oh.
to the end, things gonna get worse, and it won't let up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the believers, us, through the lens of prophecy, as the Elder Taza Pa started with, through the lens of prophecy, we should know what's coming. So when we see smokescreen articles like, like the other day, Trump said a CBDC would never come or something like that, or a while back, well, we know that's some BS because a digital system have to come. If people talking about times getting good and jobs, getting better in America, we know that's some BS because according to prophecy, Isaiah 19, people gonna lose jobs in this new Egypt. That's the beauty of knowing prophecy, man. And it goes on to say AccuWeather has released their first forecast for the 2025 season, and it includes as many as 6 major storms directly hitting the U.S. this summer. Directly. It's a targeted hit by the Lord. It says
Yeah.
that's the same number of storms that caused roughly 500 billion in damage in 2024, with hurricanes Helene and Milton bringing the most destruction. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna throw these in the chat as we kind of go along. But you had anything on that, Elder Tazapar?
Uh, yeah, I'll read right quick. Let me
Okay.
bring out the second Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. Well, I started verse 10. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right, that was it. And remember, that's speaking about Egypt. But when you read Zechariah 13 and 8, it speaks about, all of the land.
Mm-hmm.
That's the precept right there. It's talking about the spiritual Egypt, modern day Babylon. The scriptures say, in all the land, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. You know, that links right up. But yeah, you got it. And that's what's coming. Most High is bringing death to the land. All right. We just had the Passover, and that was our first deliverance out of Egyptian bondage as a nation of people, us so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans today, where we back in Egypt, spiritual Egypt. All right. And the Lord is getting ready to do greater works. Greater works are in the making. All right. And he did some amazing things in ancient Egypt to bring us out. So just buckle your seats, because you finna see some, it's, it's gonna get amazing. Downright terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Get amazing, you know. But right, it's gonna be, it's a time like never before that we're in. But no, I didn't want to get off topic. Go ahead, brother.
I got 2 quick ones to back you up. And both of these precepts is going into the time we in. Just to back up the other Tazapot, things gonna get worse, and it's not just about to be like the things that we used to seeing. Car wrecks, a hurricane, regular hurricane, just the fires, or a dog eat somebody. No, the Lord, we're going into the next level of the world history, like the next stage of prophecy. And remember, it was so bad, Yahweh had to prophesy about it. He said it's gonna be a time like never before, man. What that
That's
look
it.
like? So even think about what's in the scriptures already. The catastrophic events, the flood, right? When the Lord rained down fire on Sodom and Gomorrah, you know how the Lord had just wiped through a whole nation, killed 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 people. It's a time that we ain't even see before. We ain't read the accounts yet. Things like that's gonna happen to us. We gonna be in awe as believers of some of the things the Lord do in the earth, man. Even look at the visions he gave Esdras. He's seen some things. He was throwing up, passing out, scared.
Man,
But he just seen a vision. We gonna be living in it.
yeah. Hey, we in faith, but we in this flesh too. And you wonder sometimes, but when you done gave your life to this, you ain't got nothing else to do but move forward. What you gonna do? And you done dedicated your life to this. You gonna go back to what? What you gonna do in Babylon? I can't even think of nothing to do. I wasn't even doing shit in the world
Right.
before I came in the truth. Wasn't shit to do back then. This world been played out. It's just a played out ass society, you know, and people doing the same shit. Go to the club. Oh, let's have a barbecue. We're gonna have a cookout, a crawfish ball. Oh, this all played out ass shit,
Right.
man.
4th of
But
July.
I'm gonna go back to crawfish balls. Zydeco.
Parades.
You go to boot school. What the fuck I'm gonna do, man?
Boots on the
So
ground.
I'm here. This is it. But it's gonna be scary. This the terror of the Lord is coming upon us. But go ahead,
Now I got two quick ones. Second Ezra chapter 14 and this was the angel telling Esdras the mindset to have at the end of the world. I start at verse 13. It says, so set your house in order, warn your people, and comfort those who are humble. And it's the GNT, Second Ezra 14 and verse 13 in the GNT. And comfort those who are humble and teach those who are wise. Then say goodbye to this mortal life. Put earthly cares away from you, throw down your human burdens, and lay aside your weak human nature. Put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world quickly. You have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. That's everything the elder just kind of spoke on. This world played out. Is at its end. Ain't nothing to look
yeah.
forward to.
God,
Kind of how Peter told Yahushua when Yahushua said in I think John
right.
6,
Yep.
Yahushua said, y'all gonna leave me too? When the other 74 left him? I believe it was 74. When they left him, and Yahushua looked at the 12, he said, y'all gonna leave me too? Peter said, Lord, well, where else we gonna go? We know you the Lord. We know you got the words of eternal life. And he said, we believe and are sure. Moses ain't care about Egypt. He could have stayed there if he wanted to. He would have been a man. He would have been the next man up. But what it said in Hebrews 11, he would have enjoyed pleasures in Egypt for a season. It was at his end already. So he would have looked stunning a little bit for a couple more months, a couple more years. So that's what we see in America before if it actually falls. It's over with. The writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And one more real quick one, just to show new things are coming here in the end. Sirach 36, and I get straight to the point. Verse 5. And this is a prayer to the Lord. It says, and let them know thee, talk about the heathens, as we have known thee. See, we know our power was once referred to as Alashadya. Well, we like, Lord, show these people that, man. They don't fear you. Like Ezra was saying in 2nd Ezra 3, they don't fear you here in Babylon. What's going on? So it says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And it's the point, verse 6. It says, and show new signs and make other strange wonders. So we about to see new things happen in the earth. Way bigger than 911 with the planes and the so-called planes in the building. It says, and glorify thy hand and thy right arm that they may set forth thy wondrous works. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Beautiful, your pop.
Okay, well, with that, we'll hop straight into it. And as you see from the title, it says Thursday Live America. and Israel will FAFO. The war drums are beating, and according to prophecy, which we should be in the know, that's that's prophecy. Israel will drag America into war. They go think they bad and they go FAFO, which we know we got it up right here, which FAFO means F around and find out. They're going to test the waters, push the limit, and it's all going to backfire, which that's a characteristic or that's something that often happened to the nation of Edom in the Bible, in the scriptures. He always took it there and it always backfired on him. But it says FAFO, an acronym for F around to find out, is a slang term used to signify that actions have consequences. It's the verbal equivalent of saying, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns. The phrase has been used in various contexts to warn people about the repercussions of reckless or provocative behavior. And that's ultimately America in a whole, but Esau, man, in Israel, the Edomites, period. But if you had anything on that, Tazapop, now we can go ahead and play this first article.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the brother scripture, man. Tazayar, Machaza. Well, he brought out 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 5. It says, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right. So yeah, man, shout out to you brothers. But yeah, hey, the end should be manifest, But when you're under the spell or the trance of Babylon, you may not see that. But yeah, we can get into it.
Khan. At the water too, to that brother Kaabia, and the title says FAFA, but if you probably refresh it now, it probably got FAFA. If not the water, brother, it'll refresh once the lesson over. But the water, bro. But yeah, it changed on the screen right here now, But they'll probably have to wait to refresh the water. But yeah, let's hop into it. So it's an article. Now we can read the article, but we gonna play it. They got the audio version, and it's good because now we get into World War III. We got some videos we gonna play showing how Israel and America go test the limits, man, and it ain't gonna look too good. But we're gonna play this video. So this is from NPR.com.org, and this was put out a while back now, which is October 20th, 2024, which you could say is a couple months ago. Now it was some leaked documents. And it says leaked documents describe possible Israeli strike on Iran. Right now, you got these two former U.S. intelligent officials, and they're gonna have this conversation on what they think about these leaked documents on Israel striking Iran. And why we wanted to start with this, even though it was a couple months ago, is because now we're seeing it play out. That's what's in the news right now. With you got the Palestinians. Well, first you have America and Israel bombing Gaza. America got ships in the Red Sea. And then you got these Palestinian nations coming together. The rebel groups like the Houthis, Hamas. And next, it's been said that in how Israel and America moving, next they want to come and invade Iran. But a couple months ago, this document was leaked. So let's get into the document, and then we'll get into what's happening now, because it seemed like looking like the document was true. So again, it says national security leaked documents describe possible Israeli strike on Iran. Now we're gonna just play this. It's a conversation back and forth. Let me make sure the sound up.
Wake of Iran's missile barrage against Israel on October 1st. But now leaked U.S. documents have appeared online. Documents that apparently describe Israel's military preparations for the expected strike.
It showed up on Telegram and from something or someone called Ron. Also using covert drone operations. And
could you hear the advertiser part? You heard anything?
Yeah, I didn't know. I heard something. I thought it was a
Israel
video.
is preparing
Okay, that's that. There we go. I had something plugged up in my computer. Okay, we good now. Let me go back
Okay.
and play it. Salaki. Let me refresh it one more time. And if you got anything while they speaking, just let me know.
Con.
for a possible strike on Iran. This comes in the wake of Iran's missile barrage against Israel on October 1st. But now leaked U.S. documents have appeared online, documents that apparently describe Israel's military preparations for the expected strike. NPR Pentagon correspondent Tom Bowman joins us with more. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Rob.
So, Tom, what do we know about these documents and this apparent leak?
Well, Rob, first of all, NPR has confirmed they are legitimate, two top secret documents that showed up on Telegram. And from
just want to pause it one time. He says legitimate, so just check it out.
From something or someone called Middle East Spectator, which has links to Iran. And this spectator says the documents came from someone within the U.S. intelligence community. Now, one document kind of says it all at the top. It, quote, Israeli Air Force continues preparations for strikes on Iran. The document says satellite photos and intercepted conversations by the U.S. that Israel is preparing dozens of air-launched missiles and aircraft, conducting training exercises in recent days with what it calls large forces. Also using covert drone operations. And it mentions 3 Israeli airfields, also talks about combat search and rescue aircraft, surveillance aircraft, refueling aircraft, which would be key if you're doing a long-range operation, of course, also F-15s. And it says this large force, by the way, is similar to one that attacked the Houthis in Yemen last month. So pretty detailed. And it's been clear, as we all know, for some time that Israel is planning on attacking Iran in retaliation for Iran's attack on Israel earlier this month. But we don't get really any detail on possible targets in Iran, although President Biden has urged Israel not to hit sites linked to Iran's nuclear program. People I talk with expect Israel to hit mostly military targets, but clearly these documents indicate a large operation against Iran and maybe even more intense than what many have been anticipating.
This is a lot of interesting detail here. I mean, any sense of why these documents were leaked and what the bigger concern is?
You know, no sense why they were leaked. Officials say, of course, we're looking into it, but no sense of who or why. Now, there's, of course, speculation. Maybe it was a warning to Iran that Israel will strike. Still others say maybe it was an attempt by the U.S. to disrupt any Israeli operation. Clearly, leaking top secret documents is concerning, and they come from an intelligence organization few people are familiar with. You know, we all know CIA, NSA. This is the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, which maintains satellites and takes detailed pictures. But there are no pictures here in these leaked documents, at least nothing released so far. And again, a concern could be, well, is there anything else out there that someone is leaking? One official I spoke with, by the way, says, you know, there's not a lot here really that's damaging or concerning, but the worry is it will alert people to what capabilities the U.S. has. There's also this note in the documents that some of the information contained came from signals intelligence, basically intercepting phone conversations. That's something incredibly sensitive because a target can change phone numbers, encrypt better. And of course, the other thing, it's just embarrassing that this comes out. You're spying on an ally. I don't think Israel would be stunned that the U.S. is keeping an eye on its operation. But again, it can be embarrassing.
Finally, Tom, this obviously comes against the backdrop of the Israel-Hamas war and fears of a wider regional conflict. And as we said, there does seem to be a general consensus that Israel will strike Iran. What more do we know about that?
You know, we don't know a lot. Again, the likely military targets could be the missile launch sites used to attack Israel, military headquarters, radar sites, maybe also targeting, oil facilities. That's been mentioned as well. But mostly we're guessing and hearing about military targets.
Right. You have anything on that, Tazapah?
Con, yeah. This is Revelation chapter 8, verse 13. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the the three angels which are yet to sound. Right. So that's that was prophesying of the three woes that's coming. And as we know from Revelation 11 and 14, which says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. Well, matter of fact, let's go back Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. All right. That was World War One. It passed. Was 1914 to 1917. All right. Then Revelation 11 and 14, which says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The second woe, which is the second world conflict, was from 1939 to 1945, and it has passed. So now we're in the time of this third and final woe. All right. And that's what the discussion was talking about. If Israel do anything to Iran, and it ain't, covert or through some proxy, if they just straight out
Mm-hmm.
provoke Iran, that's going to be the spark to set off this third war.
Con.
Everybody, well, not everybody, but the brother's been saying that for years, and then we see it, and it never fails to amaze me that, men said this years ago, and lo and behold, we watching it.
Man.
What the apostles told us was going to happen, man, that it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
What the scriptures told us, through our apostles. The scriptures told us through the apostles. All right. That's how we found out, and we watching it unfold. It's beautiful to see the work of the Lord. But that was it, brother. That was it.
I got a real quick one to back you up. Habakkuk chapter 2, I get straight to the point in verse 2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision of the prophecies. It says, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And it's the point. Verse 3, for the vision, the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. And look, we at the end. So we in that appointed time. The same thing was told to Esdras in 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. When the Lord told him that the end of Esau gonna be the beginning of Jacob. But then he said, look, I'm going to tell you some signs that's going to happen. But he said, when you hear these things, don't be scared, because the word is for the end. Well, we hear. But it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. But the point is, it says it shall speak. And how is it speaking?
Yep.
We seeing it play out, as the elder was just saying.
That's it.
It's tangible proof. Like we could go into videos, articles, like articles, to prove these things. That's why it's even amazing when you have these other camps when they say, well, it's not the MOTB. It's like they don't see a digital system being set up in front of them. But, anyway, it's playing out, you see. But the point in this too is that we in a and this is one more thing too. If I may mention other times, we can get into these videos.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what a lot of people waiting on. People like the IUIC and these other camps, even people in the world, these Christians, they waiting on to a full lockdown world to where it's just dystopian like the movies. A lot of people walking down with sea hips, just dragging their feet. They waiting on that. No, it ain't got to be all that. One, we know according to prophecy, for example, like Job 20, Esau ain't gonna get that far. He ain't gonna get that far. The thing is, all we need is a few things to happen. And within this World War III thing going on, it could be one major event. It could be a lights out event like they've been talking about these last couple of weeks, But when that happened, who knows how long this dramatic event gonna happen? Because some gotta happen. You know, if it's not multiple things, the thing is, once the lights come back on or society get back going, that's when they gonna implement far more of a digital system than what you see now. And the thing is, you can't say, "Well, you ain't tell me." No, they showing you right now. That's it. It
Right.
could be just for the seat,
That's
like
right.
the juice. They said, "Oh, everybody's sick." From what they said, bats in the lab, you
Yeah.
know, in China somewhere, and not a whole world sick. So take this juice in you, and everybody said, "All right," because they were scared. What you think will happen if a way more event, a worse event happened, like Bill Gates been talking about? What you think gonna happen now? People gonna be willing and ready to take that whatever digital system come. We don't have to wait for the whole thing to be set up. Is the point, man? You know, and then right after that, World War III could take place. It ain't that much longer. Apostle Hall always said time's gonna move faster when the MOTB mainstream and become mandated. But we can go ahead and play this video now. You know, I really don't care for it. You know, care to watch this dude videos because there's a lot of emergency breaking news when it really ain't. But
It
we'll
get
play.
tricky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. And you know what I notice about a lot of these Edomites too, like these preppers, these dudes who come out with the news. One thing they really confident in is the food they've been storing up. Well, I'm sorry to tell y'all too, that ain't gonna help y'all in the times we coming in, man. So at times within the portion of this video he gonna talk about prepping, but we know now again ain't nothing wrong with storing up some stuff, but we that ain't our end all be all. We know Yahweh Shema Shah go provide, you know. Like your boy
mhm.
Mike Adams, he really believe in his AI system. He with it. He said he ordered one of the Nvidia things, so he with it. Elder Tazapah.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he with the
Need to
whole
see what
thing.
he's talking about.
Yeah, he love it. He love it. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and play this video because what he gonna mention right here, is how it's kind of three main things that lead to war. You know, and first is like tariffs, economic, instability. But then you see like a demic or something happen, but then it's full fledged. But I go ahead and play it.
I would like to be the one telling you here that you have time, folks, but you really don't. We are looking at a very pressing situation unfolding across the Middle East between what is happening with Iran and Israel. We're looking very closely
Oh, and remember the leaked documents from a couple months ago, is happening.
at what is going on behind the scenes with NATO and the United States of America. Right now, we don't have the opportunity of time to get ready for this next world war. It is going to come, and it is going to come and affect us very quickly. Now, it's already starting with tariffs and trade wars. These are one of the initial or first stages of every single conflict. This happens all across the world when the people in power cannot get what they want by means of economic pressure. They move to military structured attacks. So we are on the lookout for those exact things to take place right now. And we're bringing you that information here, full spectrum survival on.
That's the thing to point out, because he said the tariffs and the tariffs don't work out, then they go try to hit another way. Well, Trump, he'll talk about tariffs, but he'll back out. Then talk about tariffs, he'll back out. But
Yeah, we
eventually he's gonna
got
keep that. You got it.
to what next Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
April 2nd, they supposed to be back on. I mean, it's supposed to be enforced or go into effect, uh, supposedly April 2nd, which will be next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm looking to see because like Gerald Salente said, shit, it's supposed to have been what, February 2nd. They moved it to March, something in March, and then that didn't happen. But Gerald been on his ass. So I want to see what's gonna happen Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got it, bro.
On YouTube. We do the scrolling so that you and your family don't have to. We're looking at what's happening right now with the current president to the United States of America. there's a lot of misinformation between what happened with J.D. Vance and going across Europe and getting ready to hold on to different countries as U.S. allies. We're looking at Putin saying that what is happening right now in the Arctic region is a setup. He says it's an American setup and there's no peaceful resolution that's going to take place. And in fact, they're going to be moving more Russian troops over to the region. We have multiple countries across the world. This started with China. China told every one of its citizens. Now, here in America, we have 300 million people. And when you go to a populated city, you can really see that there's lots of people around. But we pale in comparison to the sheer number of people inside the country of China. They're telling every family, be prepared to go to war. They're telling each and every family to stock up on a year's worth of food. And in fact, they have kept this resolution since the early days of COVID. They know what's coming. You always have a cycle of threes. You have a cycle that begins or starts in some way with economic distress. Then you have some sort of pandemic. And finally, you have military conflict. We don't quite understand why this cycle of threes comes the way that it does. We just know that we are living through very dangerous times on our planet. Now we see what's happening in Somalia. We have other countries in Africa, the Panama Canal. It seems like there's no region across our world that is not being touched by some sort of military distress.
Right, because it's that time of war. The Lord said He's going to call the world's armies together.
So what's happening in USA? Well, that's what started this video off, me telling you that I would like to say you have a lot of time left, but you really don't. If you don't have your preps, not necessarily in order, but if you don't, actually means is that you had better be ahead.
That's really the point I wanted to play. The 3 points he was going to say. I want to get into this video because they about to go in.
Before you get that, right quick, Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. And that horse, that red horse, represent Esau, Edom, whose hands the earth was given into, whose blessing was the sword. So, right, this is why, as the man said, there's no region right now around the world that's basically not at war. You know, these are the pretext, if you will, for the third woe. All right, people stressed out, pissed off. Yeah, they're at their limits. You know, and it's all going to culminate into one explosive kingdom-ending woe. But go ahead,
Kind of is it. Now we go play, a couple, a good bit of this video. It's about 13 minutes long, but we'll play, we'll just roll in the spirit. I say maybe 10 to 12 minutes of it, 14 minutes maybe. But it's some good information. Again, it's the Jimmy Dore show. It says U.S. mobilizing warships to attack Yemen and Iran. Remember that well, not remember, but that's the spirit that the Lord got right now on the earth. Certain little steps that got to happen before missiles just shot off. And again, Ezekiel 38. And Lord willing, we'll probably grab that off. Our brother won't throw that on the comment board. But before we go into World War III, it says that Russia was going to be the one to gather the nations. And what the first person in name was Persia. Iran is your modern day Persia. We can go into the, also if a brother want to throw that up on when Persia changed their name to Iran. But they was going to be one of the first ones to join with Russia, man. And this could be one of the many regions right here. Right? But another thing to point out in this video, this is the main point of America and Israel effing around and finding out. Now, these are Edomites, as we would, think or believe. But these are Edomites, these two dudes who about to speak. And, they pro-America. But the way they speaking is as if they was not for America at all. As if they cheering for America downfall as well. And that's shocking to hear it come from these type of people, who believe in this system, who may believe in a Trump or whoever it may be, not just saying per se these two. right? But there's some good information. I'll go ahead and play that anytime Elder Taza Pop. You got anything, let me know.
Yep, come.
Yeah, they go high. I think it was like after 15 seconds, they started getting down. So
Come.
Come see us on tour in Hartford, Connecticut, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Co-host, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Toledo, Ohio, and Toronto, Ontario. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Here is Americans' bases surrounding Iran. Okay. What are they doing?
Right where we want them.
What are they doing putting their country in the middle of all our military bases? So if Doge was a real thing, which I'm...
You heard him?
Yeah. You go ahead, Doc.
God, if brothers, our sisters out there catch it, he being sarcastic too. He said, what Iran doing by putting their country in the middle of our America's military bases?
All right. Yeah.
And you know what else this show on the Taza Part 1? Even Esau hating Esau in these last days, but how Esau was going to be despised, mainly how the law was going to show America for who it is. Like it's saying Nahum, that's Nineveh, but we use that for America.
God.
What are they doing?
Right where we want them.
What are they doing putting their country in the middle of all our military bases? So if Doge was a real thing, which I think it's fun that they find out these, they're funding trans ballets and stuff. That's fun and it's hilarious. Yeah. I doubt that money was even being, but the point is, if they were serious about cutting money and balancing the budget, they would get rid of all these bases. These are American bases, military bases. This is actually from 2017. So there might be
stationed in Turkmenistan.
That must be fun. So there might be a few less in Afghanistan. I'm not even sure about that. But look at all of them in Saudi Arabia and Qatar.
Why didn't Russia want to have all their bases around them?
Where's the Russian bases? There's not. Where's China's bases? They're not there. Just the United States, because our government is taken over by the military-industrial complex and Israel. That's why. So why do I bring this up? Well, because I had a guy on social media say, hey, the Houthis, the people in Yemen, they attacked our group of carriers in the Red Sea. And my question is, do you hear what you're saying? Why does the United States have a group of carriers in the Middle East? Does China have a group of carriers off California? Does Russia have a group of carriers in the Hudson Bay? No. So U.S. naval assets in the Red Sea. There's the USS Harry Truman. So that's the aircraft carrier. But it's not just an aircraft carrier. With every aircraft carrier comes a bunch of destroyers and battleships. So then there's the U.S. Gettysburg, the U.S. Stout, U.S. Jason Dunham, the USS The Sullivans. The Sullivans. Sounds like you're stationed at a pub.
Yeah, sounds like the Fighting Sullivans, that movie about that where the entire family dies in World War II.
Oh, that's right.
The Fighting Sullivans.
So, this is how we say we care. Some people send flowers. The United States, we send aircraft carriers and the Sullivans. USS Georgia is also there. So want to hear this.
Don't forget the USS Israel, our best friend and aircraft carrier.
That's right. That's right. So here's the aircraft carrier. That's the Truman. That's in the Red Sea. The USS Gettysburg. That's a guided missile cruiser. That's also there. That's the USS Stout. That's another guided missile destroyer. The USS The Sullivans. That's a guided missile destroyer.
What kind of name is that?
I know, the Sullivans. The USS
the Family Guy.
The USS Georgia is there. That's a guided missile submarine. So we have imagine if Russia or China had all those in the Red Sea too. But they don't. Well, they don't. Imagine if they had them in the Gulf of Mexico, America. Imagine if they had that's the equivalent of what we have.
Yeah, and also again, really nice stuff. We haven't won for many years.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, check this out, Elder Taza Pa. Right. Hey, and this some you kind of touch on too how, and I know man, what's your boy name? Who you Scott Ritter, right? He said this a couple lessons ago, a couple months ago, probably, he said how America always be trying to stunt like they got that old military power, which he said everybody have passed them. China far surpassed them. Russia far surpassed them. They said America stunned with old stuff from the 60s, man. That old stuff that they came in with. And look,
that's right.
Go ahead, you got it.
That's right. No, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that, but I didn't want to believe it. But yeah, that's shit. The second or third witness. If he said that.
God, I just want to get this real quick, just to kind of give brothers, in the Aquat out there, if you may not know.
You had Joel?
Nah, I ain't have it, but if you want to grab it, we can. I was about to show this map just so they can get a visual on where all these warships that he just mentioned from America, where they stationed at. So again, Salaki, what you say?
No, I say whenever you're ready, I'll read it.
Okay, Khan. You got it. You can bring it out.
All right, Joel chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things. All right. So the Persian Gulf is the East Sea. The Red Sea is the uttermost sea. Con, you still got the visual.
Con, I'm about to pull it back up, get a better one. That one really a good one.
All right.
All right, here you go. Let's see. Man, all of a sudden. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, this there we go. Come on, man. So like, all right, this may be a good one. That ain't a good one either. Man, why are they making it so difficult? All right, here we go. This one should be straight. This one trash too, but
damn, they don't even give you no good close-ups.
Yeah.
Yep. So that the East Sea, that if you could see, but kind of picture in your head, that area of the Middle East, Israel.
Here you go, Tazapah. I don't know if you can see it, but this the Persian Gulf right here. Not to cut you off, Salakia.
Go ahead. Yeah, you good.
Now you got it, but this that Persian Gulf right here, and you got the the desert of Arabia, Yemen, and then you got the Red Sea right here. But you got it.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, I was just saying that the Gulf, Persian Gulf, is the East Sea. The utmost sea is the Red Sea, and they don't give you no good details on that, but in that area is where this third woe is going to take place. That's pretty much giving you the location of the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. But yeah, that was it. You had anything else on it?
Not on the map. We'll go back to the video, but just so think about it right here by Yemen. You got Egypt right here, but Israel right there. America got all these warships just sitting right here in this area, which also they said that's another thing is affecting global trade right now.
Yeah, it is.
I'll play it back. But yeah, America fighting with old stuff. They ain't got it no more. Which that's that Joel 3.
That's the sad part. Well, here, let me just show you this before we get to that. The USA has now.
We haven't won from any
America. Imagine if they had that's the equivalent of what we have.
Yeah, and also, again, really nice stuff. We haven't won for many years.
Right. Yeah. That's the sad part. Well, here, let me just show you this before we get to that. The USA has now moved 7 B-2A Spirit stealth bombers to the Diego Garcia Air Base in the Indian Ocean, together with a large number of support aircraft. So these are all our stealth, right? These are stealth. They're so stealthy you can see them. The Houthis in Yemen and the Islamic regime in Iran are within range of this. That's why they're sending them.
Thank God. There. Oh, wow. And by the way, they haven't been defeated, the Houthis, even though they've been bombed for
70 years. 70 years, as George Galloway just told us. So also, there's a second U.S. aircraft carrier strike group heading to the Middle East. So not only do we have all this stuff there we have whole nother group just like this and just like this heading there.
Yay.
And here's all our bases. And of course, here's the sad part. The really sad part is America would still lose in a war with Iran.
Yeah, why would we win that? We didn't win against Iraq.
Listen to Americans saying this. These Americans right here.
And of course, here's the sad part. The really sad part is America would still lose in a war with Iran.
Yeah, why would we win that? We didn't win against Iraq. They didn't have hypersonic missiles.
And how do I know that we would lose? Well, check our win-loss record since World War II. It
ain't good.
It's not me saying it. This is the math saying it. America can't win wars.
Look at all those, like a sex offender registry, all that to lose. America doesn't win. Why do people think that we win?
And because we're trying to fight people who live there, just like in Afghanistan. They knew they were going to win because they live there.
Right. You know how the WEF is having a hard time conquering America because the people that live here don't like it and have guns? Well, that is true of a lot of places.
Yeah. So Iran has hypersonic missiles. You know who doesn't? None of these bases, the United States bases, none of them have hypersonic missiles.
Those are just juicy targets.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna play a video later because it's somewhere in this video, American, I forget his name, but he's somewhere in the government, and he was like, what did he say? Oh, he was trying to say, yeah, Iran hide missiles somewhere. You know, they trying to hide missiles, and Iran came out. The video dropped yesterday. They said we ain't gotta hide. We showing you we got them. Yeah, we got them, and that's going right into Joel 3. The week saying we showing it like, yeah, we got them, and we gonna use them. See, these other nations ain't scared no more, man. Everybody's seeing America for what it really is. Even these people right here, America ain't got it no more. And you bring up that precept of the times of the second war is past. They haven't been winning since that second war, and it's not written in prophecy for them to win the third war.
And that was a world conflict, so it ain't like it was an American conquest or I forget what you call them, but it ain't like it was an American action, for lack of a better term. They joined in at the last. The U.S. came in on the tail end of it. So I don't count that as winning. Yeah, they was on the winning team. They was like the nigga sitting on the bench with Jordan. When Jordan won, he got a ring, but the nigga really, he was there for morale. That was America. Now, America helped to win World War II, but yeah, anything that they took up, any undertakings that the military took up on its own, they floundered and faltered. And the reason why Jimmy Dore said it at the beginning of his discourse is because of the military-industrial complex. You got to understand foreign policy. It's for the conquest of the elite. It's not for American supremacy. It's not to put America first. If that was the case, every veteran would be living fat. All the money that these celebrities be making would be null and void. The military would be, That's who the society would look up to. You know, if the military was that tough, and if it was really an American, uh, uh, um, I guess an American military, you know, then it would benefit the American people. So the goal of these wars, while I'm mentioning the military industrial complex, the goal of these wars ain't to win. It's for depop and to wear the people down, and then the elite come in and they redraw and rewrite borders, where they redraw borders, rewrite history, and then you got to reset. And then some years down the line, you know, people you know today never existed, and the Edomites done everything in the world. But that's how that works, you know. So it ain't just, it's hard to suck that bad. You know, when you look at the U.S., just in general, but from the military to the economy, it's you can't just suck that bad. You know, it has to be a policy at play. You know, and it is a policy. Destroy America. The aim is to destroy America. And all of y'all that are in America, you do. If you don't have Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you do. Because guess what? The Most High's will is to destroy America and everybody in it that ain't with his only begotten son. You know, so yeah, I mean, you can look at it like, okay, yeah, the American military, it sucked, but what was the purpose of going to Vietnam? What was the purpose of going into the Middle East? And we still in the Middle East. You know, it's more colonization, conquest on behalf of the elite, the shadow elite, but we don't even know. So, you know, people fighting each other who don't even know each other for purposes that they really don't even know. A lot of time they don't even know why they're fighting, which is really the case here in America. You know, they just give them orders and send them somewhere, and they just go and pull triggers on people. They don't, you know, and that's not, well, go ahead, brother. But, you know, with understanding what this is about, the American military, U.S. military, is not a sovereign military of the people. All right, it's a corporate military which belongs to the military industrial complex. That's why they have bases all over the world. It's not a U.S. interest or in the U.S. interest. It is in the interest of the elite. But go ahead,
I get a real quick one for things you were saying and what they were saying in this video, but that's what the world starting to see. America ain't what it really was portrayed to be. You know how they put themselves out there in the media. That's why the people in America are so confident and feel so safe, because they think that is that American military. You know, that Uncle Sam. I need, you know, that old patriotic spirit. It ain't that.
yeah, Colin.
They still sold on that, and they see America put on their TV. They still the biggest, baddest wolves in the earth. But the world's saying like, no, you're not no more. We like that too. You see, but the thing is, I want to get this real quick, because even like Jimmy Dornan was saying, America ain't like that, and that's what the world's seeing. And you know what's another thing that lines up with Obadiah, the first chapter, how it says Esau was going to begin to be despised in the earth. You know, Isaiah 47, how the Lord said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. He was going to bring this place into confusion. You know, it was going to begin to be weakened, man. From the military, from society, everything that's going on in America is being weakened, man. But it says, I want to get this real quick in Nahum, the third chapter. Now, this is going into Nineveh, you know, which is the capital of the Assyrian Empire. But, you know, we could spiritually liken these things into Babylon the Great, which is America, because it holds the same characteristics, talking about America, as these ancient kingdoms. Just like in Revelation 11 and 8, it says America is spiritually what? Sodom. And spiritually what? Egypt. So it could be spiritually likened unto other empires, because the same thing is going on right now in our times. So this going into Nineveh, but it's talking about the same thing as it referred to as that whore in Isaiah 47 and Revelation 18. But this is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, America. Well, right here is Nineveh, but we speaking on America right now. Right? The same spirit of that whore in Revelation 18 that sit on the beast. It says, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nation through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Start, of course, the democracy, so on and so forth. America duped everybody, duped the whole world. Well, at least we know that prophecy was fulfilled, because it was said that Esau, one way or another, he was going to have to deceive the world in Revelation 20. Now we seeing that was fulfilled by way of Esau using America to do that. Of course, the build up, the coming out the Renaissance, so on and so forth. But we see the end of it though, how it happened. It says, behold, verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Everybody's seeing America for what it is. You can't trust these people, right? They quick to drop a bomb or throw the rock and hide their hand. They ain't gonna keep certain policies with you. They're gonna use you. If not, their influence was gonna get in your nation, and your nation was gonna start to become wicked and fat and have fast food. It says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock, man. And that's what we're seeing right now going on. Even Americans who pro-America, they seeing it go on. But you had anything else out of Taza Pa?
No, sir. You got it.
We could play a little bit more. This is pretty much it. We can go out on this, and we can go out. Well, after this, play that video from Iran, how they stunt with their missiles. Look. Yeah, the weak saying they strong. They're like, let's just play this. But in this video, they go speak on how America and Israel, now in the terms of the title, they go FAFO. So play a little more.
Hypersonic missiles. They have them. You know who does it? The United States. How is that? I don't know.
You're worried about nukes in Iran. If you're worried about nukes in Iran, you're a moron that doesn't know anything.
Why does Iran sit right in the middle of where we have all our military bases? It's like they're trying to pick a fight.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to pick a fight. Well, guess what? More good news, ladies and gentlemen. It appears to be significantly increasing its military presence in the Middle East. Who? The United States. What are they doing? The United States is sending highly sophisticated aircraft and a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East. In recent days, at least 5 B-2 stealth bombers have deployed to Diego Garcia, a British military base used by the United States in the Indian Ocean. More are apparently en route.
Nice.
I
remember our last war with Iraq that somehow Iran won, and I Operation Third Time's a Charm is go.
So here's where right here is where the USS Truman is, right, with all those battleships and submarines, and now they're sending all these over here. So that's over there, and now they're sending them right over here, so they can still strike Iran, not far from Iran. Just so you know, that's where they're at. That's where they are. Here's Diego Garcia. That's where they are. So they're sending them there to ramp up for a war with Iran. That's what this is about. They're ramping up. Trump administration ramping up for a war with Iran. So
hey, remember Trump said the bloodshed had to stop with Ukraine, and I was really into that. I thought that was great. And but we got to crank up the bloodshed over in Sandyland. Apparently, that's where the bloodshed is going to be great. It's going to be great losing Americans. It's going to be great. Well, obviously, it's great killing them because we never stop.
And I would tell all your fat kids to start doing push-ups because we're going to need all hands on deck for Israel, because that's what this is all about.
Send your kids to die for Israel. Why not?
We did the Iraq war for Israel. We did the Libyan war for Israel. Did the Syrian war for Israel. We're gonna with Sudan, Somalia, Yemen, and now we're gonna Lebanon, and now we're gonna do Iran. It's coming.
And here I thought a real friend just helps you move.
7 C-17 aircraft have also been tracked landing on the remote atoll, suggesting transportation of equipment, personnel, and supplies and refueling aircraft have been repositioned.
I got a real quick one. It's Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20, because he went through a list of why America went to war with certain nations. It was all because of Iran. And he said, well, now, all because of Israel, Salakia. The reason America went into so many wars recently was all because of helping Israel. When he said, well, now here we are, they setting up once again to help Israel strike Iran. Jeremiah 49 and 20, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, Israel and America, Edomite nations, and his purpose that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock, that's those small hats, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And we seeing that play out. America being dragged into war. Once again, he just went through a quick list. Once again, by the small hats, by the least of the flock. See the least, the least, small hat, least, right? The least of the flock drew them out. It says, and surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, because America and Israel are going to be destroyed together. But we seeing it play out.
Mm.
You have anything?
See? No, you good.
Position to strategic locations. The Pentagon recently ordered the USS Harry Truman Carrier Strike Group to extend its deployment in the Red Sea by a month, and a second strike group led by the USS Carl Vinson aircraft carrier is headed to the Middle East.
Oh, I can't wait when we go to war to tell people how we're going to lose the war really loudly and obnoxiously everywhere I go, like an asshole. But not as big an asshole as someone that would go kill all them people.
Both groups have support ships, including destroyers, as part of the group. It is an unusual surge in military assets and an indication, perhaps, that the United States is planning heavy strikes on the Houthis in Yemen and possibly looking to send a strong message to Iran. So we're bombing.
Oh, and just to remember, a reminder, what was leaked? What was leaked in October? Leaked documents describe possible small hat strike on Iran, and now we seeing America is setting up to do it. So we'll see if it will. This is one thing to look at. Being, watchmen, this one thing to pay attention to, man.
The poorest country in the world, Yemen. Why? Because they're doing the moral thing and standing in solidarity with the people in Palestine who are being wiped out by Israel, and they're attacking ships that are, why? Because Israel broke the ceasefire. And when there was a ceasefire, Houthi didn't attack any of the ships. Yemen didn't attack any of the ships. But as soon as Israel broke the ceasefire, which they did, Haaretz says that. I don't say that. Again, that's the Israeli newspaper of record is Haaretz. They're the ones who said Israel has broken the ceasefire, because they did.
Wait, let me play devil's advocate. I'll be Avi Lieberman who called me up. But they're left wing. What?
Yeah.
What, Avi?
Yeah.
Are they not an Israeli paper? Are they lying because they're left wing? Wow.
So Yemen, so they're looking to send a strong message to Iran. And by a strong message, it's the kind of message that blows up and kills hundreds of people. That's the kind of message.
Well, I hope it doesn't come back on us, what with those hypersonic missiles we don't have. Hey, remember when they said Trump called soldiers chumps?
Yeah, remember that? Well,
he didn't say it.
He didn't.
Because nobody has to say it. People lost their limbs and lives and shit. And Al-Qaeda's in charge of Syria, by the way. The people that, if you're missing a limb, we put Al-Qaeda in charge. So
of Syria.
How do you feel? Like not a chump?
And I think the message, blowing up innocent families and targeting journalists and killing children, is that really the message that we want to send them? Because that's the one you're sending them, that we're going to slaughter innocent children and bomb apartment buildings. That's the message we're sending. That's really the message you want to send?
No, well, we show strength and all the stuff stops. You know how it was successful, all the stuff we did.
How it was successful in Iraq, how it was successful in Libya, how it was successful in Afghanistan. But Iran has hypersonic missiles.
Hey, good thing we've been strengthening our enemies that we have to go have a war with for the last however many years. Russia, Iran, China. We made them all strong. Even if they weren't that strong, we still couldn't beat them.
That's prophetic what he just said.
There it is. Yep. And they ain't lying. They are not lying. So I'm still there from Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what he was just explaining. All right, how the U.S. policy, the different political policies, foreign policy, have been strengthening everybody who America is antagonizing today. You know, it makes no sense. Again, when you look at it from a secular point of view, this shit is insanity. But when you look at it through prophetic lens, it makes perfect sense. The insanity has to take place so that the destruction can come. You know, and when you look at a lot of past societies, you had uh, pretty much lunatic leaders in charge before these countries fell. Look at Rome. You know, most kingdoms fall at the peak of the depravity or insanity, and America suffers from both.
Mm.
But yeah, you had anything on that verse?
Uh, now you hit it. You hit it. You hit it. Matter of fact,
The,
and we
the
could.
war is being prepared. The nations ain't concerned about the plowshares and the pruning hooks. They're not concerned about, you know, the agricultural budget as much as they are preparing for war.
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting the technology, the chips and things that they need for the computer systems to run the drones, to fire the missile, to guide the missile guidance systems. You know, they making sure they got all the shit that they need for a sustained, damn, what's the word for that? Uh, um, a sustained deployment, for lack of a better term. But yeah, so this is where we are in the scope of prophecy. Go ahead, brother.
Kind. And we can continue. We can really end it off on that spirit of the weak saying they strong now, because this last video we're gonna play, going into Iran, it says Iran touts underground missile city in a warning to U.S. and Israel. See Iran, see America moving around, setting their warships up. They see what Israel trying to do, so they put it out there. FAFO, FAFO. Mess around and find
Mm-hmm.
out. And he's excited to know. And look, like I know Eldar Reale, he always said how, in which we'll see it, but Iran, they always say something and really ain't about it like that. They don't really do it. The Lord had them docile. They're just, they getting their generals killed, or should I say the generals being murdered by America and Iran, so on and so forth. But they ain't really responding back like that. Which we know the Lord, on his timing. But let's see what happened with this. Let's pay attention to see how far the ships move in. Will Israel do something one of these mornings we wake up and then we come to find out America had part and Iran
Let's,
respond? Let's find out.
let's
Then
not
what's
forget.
happening us? Like you got it, you got it.
No, I'm just gonna say they totally exposed that Iron Dome. So I mean, yeah, you think Iran shit, and Iran got a naval power that is to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they looking good. You know, coming in on the undercard, they looking good.
Matter of fact, Elder Tazapov, if I could back you up real quick to how Iran just ain't no pushover. People forget that Iran was those, because you said they had a navy. They forget that was those ancient Persians. Remember, it was a crazy thing for
Yeah,
Alexander
yeah,
the Great to want to go up against those Persians and Medes, man. They was like, boy, you crazy to go up against them, Xerxes and them. Remember, you see the
yeah,
300,
Xerxes.
the
Yeah,
300 with Xerxes on the big the gold elephant or whatever. Yeah, that's Iran. That's Iran, modern Iran. They just be called the ancient Persians. And the brother Kaabi put it up the water, bro. In 1935, the Persian government changed the name of the country from Persia to Iran. The historical name of the country and a designation in common internal use for centuries. You see that? It says the new designation at the same time distracted attention from the traditional Western designation Persia, right? A Greek term, so on and so forth. But see, there ain't no pushovers. So, hey, man, and I don't know if the brother put that Ezekiel 38, but you go into it how when Russia started gathering nations on their side, the first one in name in Ezekiel 38, a World War III chapter, was Persia. Which we know that's Iran today.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Matter of fact, I'll play that Iran video real if you don't mind real quick. If you have something else.
You got it.
Okay. I want to play what he gonna say real quick just to, bring out your precept. Well, I mean, not bring out your precept, but shed light on your precept in case brothers didn't hear it,
You know how it was successful, all the stuff we did.
You know how it was successful.
And then I'm gonna jump to when they start talking about Iran hiding missiles, but Iran gonna come out and say we ain't hiding. Well, they underground, but we ain't hiding them.
In Iraq, how it was successful in Libya, how it was successful in Afghanistan. But Iran has hypersonic missiles.
Hey, good thing we've been strengthening our enemies that we have to go have a war with for the last however many years. Russia, Iran, China. We made them all strong. Even if they weren't that strong, we still couldn't beat them.
See, they all strong. What other Tazapod just brought out. Now I'm gonna play this quick little clip, and then we'll play that Iran video, and we could pretty much end it. Let's see. The same video clip, and all this in the description box as well. Everything we touching on. So they're about to go into Pete Hegseth, a dude who work in the government, and what he's saying about Iran and them having bombs or missiles. And then we go play that last vid.
Average feeble American John Doe. Right here, he says, Pete Hegseth says to the vice president, I understand your concerns because J.D. Vance didn't want us to bomb Yemen. He was like, don't do it. And he's like, no, I understand your concerns, but we got to do it. Why? Because the messaging is going to be tough no matter what. Nobody knows who the Houthis are, which is why we need to stay focused on Biden failed and they're funded by Iran. So he's saying we just made it up because Biden didn't fail. It's bombed the shit out of them.
Well, he failed, but you're going to fail the same way, Hegseth, because you're doing the same thing as Biden. Really, all of our leaders are failures, aren't they?
And Michael Tracy tweeted this out remember when Trump killed Soleimani?
Yeah, I wouldn't talk with us either after that.
Pete Hegseth called on Trump to bomb Iran and their energy production facilities, ports, and nuclear facilities. He said Trump should even bomb mosques, hospitals, and schools. And here he is saying it.
Sometimes you have moments, Stephen. I happen to believe that we can't kick the can down the road any longer in trying to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb. They used the killing of Soleimani as an excuse to say, we're scrapping the Iran deal. We all know they were scrapping it anyway. So what better time than now to say, we're starting the clock. You've got a week. You've got X amount of time before we start taking out your energy production facilities. We take out key infrastructure. We take out your missile sites. We take out nuclear development.
That is not a popular idea.
Capabilities. Or take out a Quds headquarters while you're at it if you want. I understand that's not a popular idea.
But I understand, I've been hearing that we believe that the Iranians are hiding missiles and weapons in some of these cultural sites, churches,
of course they do.
Mosques.
This is what it is.
Yeah, because we bombed every other place.
Look, he's breathless, this maniac. He's
right. So they want to strike Iran. In other words, Pete Hegseth still think America got that old strength. As they fancy themselves to have. Let's just bomb them and make them fear. You see, this ain't Revelation 13 no more when they say you dropping bombs and scaring people no more. It ain't that no more. It's a different time. You see, but one thing I want to point out, they said, yeah, we heard Iran is hiding missiles in sacred spots. Well, Iran came out, this video is dropped 10 hours ago. Iran said, we ain't hiding. We ain't got to hide. We got them, and we ready. This from WeOnNews.com 10 hours ago. Iran touts underground missile city in a warning to the United States and Israel.
We now shift our focus to Iran. The country has just unveiled its underground missile city, a massive weapons facility that has been designed to intimidate its enemies. And with tensions with America running high, Tehran is making
this the hit on your precept too. The weak saying they strong, they showing
it clear. It's ready to strike back. Take a look at these visuals on your screens. They have been released by Iranian state media itself. In the video, 2 Iranian military leaders are seen riding through a long tunnel packed with weapons. The video shows of some of Iran's most advanced missiles and rockets. To name some, Khyber Shekhins, Ghadir HS, Sejus.
Hey, you see they walking over the flag, the small hat flag?
Yeah, that's what's up.
God. And look, they got all their fallen soldiers that America and the small has murdered, man.
Per Shekins, Ghadir HS, Sejals, and Haj Qasims. Not just this, it also shows off Pavel land attack cruise missiles. Iran has used several of these weapons in attack against Israel last year. And if you're wondering who are these two men in the video, well, they are Major General Mohammad Hossein Bagheri, the Chief of Staff of Iran's armed forces. And the second man is Amir Ali Hajizadeh, commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps Aerospace Force, or IRGCAF. And together, both these men are responsible for overseeing Iran's weapons programs. Now, by releasing this video, Iran is touting its most advanced missiles and rockets. However, those who studied the video closely say that it not only showcases Iran's military strength, but also reveals a glaring vulnerability. What's that? Well, according to some experts, the munitions stored in the tunnels lack protective measures like blast doors or separate revetments. And not having them is like...
It's the Israeli and the American flag they're walking on in there.
Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
All these missiles,
and see, because what she's saying, man, look, according to the scriptures, if a brother want to put that, we could probably end it off on one of those scriptures, how it says, and see, this is another thing. What she's saying, well, people saying it ain't safe up in there because they lack the requirements for it. You see, I'm being funny when I say this. It didn't get approved by the FDA, right? No, according to prophecy in Jeremiah, the Lord said he was going to create these things for his purpose, and every one of them was going to be used. Come on, man. Whether it be used ahead, before America's destruction, or, whatever happens leading up to that, man. They're going to be used, though. They ain't being created just to sit there and never be used.
All these bombers exposed. According to experts cited by...
In fact, let's end it on Iran speaking. We could probably end it because he got something to say.
Key military installations in Tel Aviv. Yahasari, the group's military spokesperson, said that the Houthis' missile forces, drones, and naval units collaborated in this attack targeting U.S. warships in the Red Sea.
During the past hours, the missile forces, the drone air force, and the naval forces carried out a joint military operation targeting hostile warships in the Red Sea, primarily the American aircraft carrier Truman, which serves as a launching base for aggression against our country.
Now, this supposedly happening or recently happened. Not sure exactly when, how many hours ago, but they said they had American ships in the Red Sea. Well, it was saying that the Houthis, one of those proxy groups for Iran-backed groups, they taking credit for it. They say, yeah, we did it. Which we ain't got to finish the video because, isn't a description, but this further goes into people owning up to it. Ain't nobody scared to tell America we did it. Whether some of these things are just propaganda, but we know war is leading that way. It have to happen, man. It can't go back. But you have anything else to Taza Pot? That was it for the articles and the videos.
No, that's it. That's all I had.
Yeah, this one we'll get this. We can end it off on this. Jeremiah 50:25, it says, the Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shab host in the land of the Chaldeans, man. So those missiles will be used, But again, it's a lot happening as well. Remember, the MOTB system still is being set up, around us. And World War III won't happen. Missiles won't fly until the MOTB be mandated, man. Right. But that's all I had out of Tazapa. If you want to take us out, had any words?
All right, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. No honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that raised them up. And peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. All right. We pray that you brothers and sisters out there were edified. And Lord willing, y'all tune in with us next week for some more edification and prophecy. All right. Till then, y'all stay up. Much love and shalom.
Shalom.